Hey there, it's me, Gil Gunkelman. Yes, that Gil Gunkelman. Back with another exciting episode of Isn't That Something More? Today, I'm answering your questions. So let's get right to it. Our first question comes from comes from and they say, how did you, all caps, get this job? Well, I got it the same way I got all my other jobs. I was the only one that applied. Actually, when the old host left, Hank Featherton, who of course was the original host of Isn't That Something, when he left, they really considered canceling the show altogether. That's actually what most people wanted to do. They didn't really want to continue it with any other hosts, especially me. But I was still there. I came in and I auditioned for Isn't That Something, and they said, we're having a meeting right now. And I was like, I want the job. I'm perfect for it. Here I am. And they said, can we? And then they called, I was escorted out of the building. I got a special escort. So that was fun. I knew then that, I wasn't just anybody, that they had me on the radar. So then I came in again, through the back door this time, I knew and had to kind of switch off the alarm for that one. But, it's just like they say, you got to sneak in to get ahead. I think someone said that to me once. But anyway, so I was there, and they finally said, oh, this guy again, and which I knew was a good sign because that had happened to me before. So I was there, and I said, I am the next host of Isn't That Something? I just flat out said it. And they said, well, we're not doing it anymore. Hank Featherton is done. And this isn't a show. Because it was really an institution when Hank Featherton was the host of Isn't That Something. Isn't That Something was really something then. And so they wanted it to be over. But I said, no, I'm doing it. And they said, well, fine, you can do it, but you're going to have to do everything yourself. And so I was like, well, it can be just me. But luckily, one of the executives there, Lloyd, who of course is our producer, he had faith in me, and he came along, and he really believed in what I wanted to do with the show. So we came here and made it our own. Isn't that right, Lloyd? Isn't that right? Well, he did come along, and he is here. So that's really to make a long story short, that's how I got this job. Our next question is an email, and that comes from Sally in Portsmouth. She says, hey Gil, I'm a high school student who recently moved to a new town, and I'm having trouble fitting in. Did you have that problem? Just kidding, I know you did. How did you handle it? I'd like to find out what you did to make friends so I know what doesn't work. I just don't want to turn out like you. Well, Sally, thanks for the question. What I did to make friends was really, I did a variety of things. I did, what I did to make friends, I went up to them and I said, what I did to make friends. Hey! What I did to make friends. I know you know me. What I did to make friends is I was there with them. Other people were there, and I just went up to them and I asked them, and they said no. Then I went away and I hung out by myself for a while, and I didn't really have, quote unquote friends, as they say, in the real sense. But I was in my basement and I was talking a lot. That's how you can be like me. Is that what you, or not? You said you do not want to turn out. Okay, you do not want to turn out like me. Yeah. Well then, I guess you would do something different. That, but that's how I made friends. Is I didn't. Well, that's all the time we have on this edition of Isn't That Something? Sorry about this. I was getting a phone call here. Sorry. Hello?
Hi, is this Gil Gunkelman?
Yes. Gil Gunkelman. That Gil Gunkelman.
Hey Gil, my name is Splat. I'm a longtime fan, first-time caller. I was wondering, have you ever seen a ghost? Because you look like someone, to me at least, who's been haunted quite a bit in your life. By many ghosts and perhaps demons.
Well, thanks for the question, Splat. And the answer is yes and no. Have I seen Paranormal Activity? Yes. Have I seen Paranormal Activity 2? Of course. But have I really been haunted? I don't think so. I think everyone, has the occasional pots and pans banging around, falling down. Everyone hears noises in the night, but it's hard to really quantify what exactly is a haunting. And I think that's kind of where I stumble. I'm a bit of a skeptic, if you will. Because I've seen some things, and I've seen floating people, little children, walking through walls, things like that. But it's hard to say if that really qualifies as a haunting. I think there's a lot of people who fake it, and I think that it kind of looks bad for the people who experience real hauntings, because then it's harder to say what is a real haunting. So I don't want to jump out right away and say, oh, I'm being haunted, oh, like someone's trying to kill me, just because like there's knives falling from the ceiling or something like that. I don't want to seem crazy. So to answer your question, I would say no, I haven't been haunted, but I look forward to it very much. Thank you for your call.
You're welcome, Gil.
And thank you for the viewership, and
Well, I've never watched the show before. I'm a big fan of talk shows.
Oh, well, you're in luck. That's exactly what this is. This is a talk show. Well, this is just like a little extended edition of the regular talk show, but you should catch our original edition, Isn't That Something? And that's a full extended version of our talk show. So go ahead, and it's on YouTube, Isn't That Something? We have a Facebook page, Isn't That Something? We have a Twitter, Isn't That Something? And we have an email. Oh, actually, this is for you guys too. You guys can write us in if you have questions, just like these nice folks. If you have questions, our Twitter, Isn't That Something? Facebook, Isn't That Something? Gmail, we have an email account. You can email us at isn'tthatsomething@gmail.com. I think it's up. Is that? Well, I think it was somewhere. You saw it. You can go back and pause the video, things like that. So, but back to you, Splat. Are you still there? Splat? Splat, are you? Well, well, he's. Thank you. Thanks for the talking, and I'm glad you're still here. And we're gonna say bye now. Okay, so bye. Thank you. And thank you guys. That wraps up another edition of Isn't That Something More? I'm Gil Gunkelman, as always, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.